So here we are on a wonderful Sunday talking about a wonderful Stevie.
Yeah.
Whoa, that worked out way better than I thought it would. Holy shit. Okay.
It's poetic.
So Stevie was not born with the name Stevie Wonder.
No, he was not.
He was born with a name that's a lot of more of a mouthful.
It's not even Stephen or Stefan.
Yeah, it's Stevland.
It's Stevland. S to the T to the Evland.
Hardaway.
Uh-huh.
You gonna do that one?
Judkins. Man, oh man.
H to the A.
Do you want me to do it?
No, it's good.
It's over now.
The moment's passed, guys.
The name has been said. He's born already.
Yes, he's born. And so
1950.
What?
1950.
Yes.
May 13th. And sorry, he's a tourist like me. I just had to say it.
In Saginaw, Michigan.
Saginaw.
Stevie was born prematurely.
Yes, he was. 6 weeks. I don't like that number. But anyway, go ahead.
That's a lot of weeks
Yeah.
to be born prematurely.
It is. It is.
So he had to be put into an incubator.
Yep.
And on that incubator, there was a little too much oxygen.
Exactly. Some dumb AB pumped him too much.
That's right.
I mean, for real.
And because of that, as a child, his retinas became detached.
Yes. So causing him to have early blindness right away. So he most likely does not remember any type of sight at all. Yeah, which is crazy. But someone on high intervened and said, "Oh, you trying to blind children out here?" I got something in my Rolodex for that. Okay. Someone on high had something in their arsenal for that, because for people that try to blind children.
Yes, the nurse was struck down. Just kidding. I don't know. I hope
She
she's
was
all right, I
maimed.
guess.
She was decapitated. No,
So whoa, damn. She couldn't see either after that.
no way.
So wow, that took a turn.
Stop playing with children.
Okay. So unfortunately, little Stevland was not able to see.
No.
Basically, since birth.
Right.
He never knew what the sighted world was.
Yes.
So because of that, he obviously he became a little more withdrawn than a normal little child would be, and became completely immersed with music.
Yes. Yay.
Yeah.
Didn't know a gift was a brewing.
Yes, a very strong gift.
Oh my gosh. We've been blessed with this man. Okay, as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, 100%. Stevie is just like I was going to call him a national treasure, but he's just he's a worldwide treasure.
An international, and we've got some more stats to talk to back that up. Holy crap, Stevie. Can we live?
Yeah, so Stevie was just he was just immersed in music from a young age because it's really interesting, because even I know a lot of sighted musicians, when they're really into it, they'll close their eyes because they kind of feel the music more.
Yeah. So
I think that's a really interesting thing. So he never really had the option to be sighted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he must have been feeling music more from obviously it wasn't his choice, but just from the beginning. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Just the rhythms, just generated inside of him right away. Because that's what you have, vibrations, and that's what music is. Man, and right away he started playing lots of instruments. He was one of some places say 5 children, some people say 6 children. I don't know exactly what it is. But he was he wasn't an only child at all.
Correct.
And his family moved to the big city of Motown when he was about 4 years old.
The city of Detroit. Or Detroit, for all you English speakers out there.
Exactly. Not yet known as Motown. Kind of.
There were some motor vehicles being created there.
Yes.
Yes. It did not officially become Motown yet.
Right.
So, Stevie's mom moved there to get away from his dad,
who was kind of abusive and pretty abusive. They showed a picture of him with a sailor hat, so he was in the Navy. At least he wasn't a total bum, but
he did something. Maybe
he did something with his life, but so they moved him away. She ran for her life. I guess he was alcoholic and abusive, the dad, and remarried, and Stevie's new name became Morris. He dropped the Judkins. He was like, F Judkins.
I don't need that in my life.
I don't need my heritage. No, I'm just kidding.
Not if it comes from him.
Exactly.
So now we got Stevland. He's not Stevie yet.
Not yet. Stevland.
he's clearly a musical prodigy.
I mean, yeah.
Kid's playing drums, he's playing piano, he's playing bass, he's playing harmonica. Basically, every instrument that he can get his hands on, he's like, yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm going to learn how to do this.
Yeah.
And it's just so crazy, like, because you think, like I said before, like, a lot of musicians, like, I mean, you can play guitar with your eyes closed, but you learn guitar with your eyes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you weren't originally doing it without any sight.
No.
But he's just like, I'm just going to pick this up and I'm going to figure it out.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, well, there are a lot of instruments that could be learned like without your eyes. I feel like guitar and piano would be two great ones to learn with no eyes. Yeah. And then probably there's just the feeling of the metal strings and stuff. Like, to me, that kind of like sparks me. Once I put my fingers on the string, it kind of like, I can imagine just not having sight and that kind of vibration going into it. Must be awesome. Right. Mm-hmm.
So Stevie was, musical prodigy. He's out, he's singing in like the choir and stuff. And they were saying he was literally like out on like the corner, like singing.
Yes.
So just put yourself into this mindset. Like, you're just a person that lives in Detroit, right? And you're just going about your day. You're driving through the neighborhood. And you see on the corner, you see this little blind kid singing his fucking heart out.
Yeah.
You're like, oh my God, who is this?
Who is this
This
kid?
is something special.
Really, 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 really. And let's say the 50s, mid 50s, late 50s, this was the move, okay? Everybody was doing this, standing on the corner doing a little doo-wop.
Doo-wop.
Even if you had no talent. My mom has friends from Brooklyn who, like, they would be in the hallways in high school in the 50s just singing doo-wop, and their parents would be like, go get a job. Like, stop singing doo-wop on the corner.
Yeah. It's funny. That's literally like the original version of like freestyling on the corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wow. I didn't even put that together.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that was the music that was popping back then. So you're like, let's get our boys together or our girls, and you're gonna do this harmony, you're gonna do this harmony, blah blah blah, and we're just gonna make our music on the spot.
Yeah.
And then, as music progresses, I think, freestyling on the corner is basically the newer version of that.
Yeah.
And rapping on the corner, whatever.
That's interesting. So let's make a little segue. So with the doo-wop on the corner, did you holler at the girls and curse them out if they didn't respond?
I bet some of them did.
Was there a hoo F-U-B? Like, was there
I bet they turned it into a song.
All right.
Let me holler at you. Here's the thing. If you're in Motown in this time period and you have a lot of musical talent, eventually Berry Gordy's going to find you.
Yes. Yes.
So it's just going to happen.
Exactly. Stevie auditions at about 11 years old for Ronnie. I can't remember his last name, and I honestly can't remember if he's part of the Temptations or the Tops. I can't remember.
I think it was the Temptations. Don't quote me on that.
I'm so embarrassed. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, so he auditions for him, and then Ronnie's like, "Holy crap!" Just like that. He's like, "I got to take this to Berry right now."
Yeah, Berry Gordy, obviously being the owner, co-founder, everything, president, whatever. He ran the king, the king of Motown Records, obviously. So obviously, I mean, I just can only imagine what they thought when Stevie walks in.
I mean, I hope that you viewers are fortunate enough to look at footage of Stevie Wonder when he was a young child and how much energy he had in the gut that pumped out of him just from his vocals.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that at the corner, him digging deep into certain words and stuff. And especially if he's trying to audition, he's trying to impress you. So I can just imagine, even with sight, that voice is amazing. And the amount of maturity and stuff like that in that voice, even with sight, you know. Yeah, so Berry signs him on the spot.
Oh, yeah. Because
that's the type of dude Berry is.
Yes.
So he signs him on the spot.
And so I've heard conflicting stories about this. Some things that I saw said that Berry himself gave him the name Stevie Wonder, and then others said it was the producer.
I believe it was the producer. I'm just going to say that because I've read a lot about Berry Gordy.
And he would probably take credit for that, right?
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
So we're going to give it to the producer just off the strength of that.
Yeah,
even if it was you, Berry, you've made enough money.
Right. You don't need us shouting you out, too. So Berry got him in with the producer to start working on the records. And this producer, I can't remember his name either now. I'm so sorry. But he was basically like, all right, we can't keep calling you the eighth wonder of the world.
No.
So I'm just gonna call you Stevie Wonder.
Stevie Wonder.
Which is kind of funny because I didn't even think about the fact that Stevie Wonder was a stage name. Like, it was just so perfect for him.
I did too. All my life growing up, I felt like that was his real name.
Right?
But when my brother told me, he was like, Alicia Keys is not her real name. And I'm like, really? And he's like, come on, she plays piano. Her last name is Keys. Then that's when I started thinking about other artists. I'm Stevie Wonder's so great. His last name can't possibly be Wonder. Like,
yeah, and that's funny because, so we do reaction videos on our main channel, and we did a bunch of Stevie Wonder full albums. Mm-hmm. And I remember the whole time, like, I kept thinking, like, this guy really is wonderful. like it's crazy that his name just matches so well. And then I find out it's a stage name. I'm like, well, duh.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I was dumb for not even realizing that. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
But it is what it is. So Stevie's up in Motown.
Oh my gosh!
Obviously, like you said, signed on the spot.
Signed on the spot. He's charting. He's charting like crazy.
Well, let's say something about that.
Okay.
So we put out a few like singles or whatever that didn't really go anywhere at first.
Right.
But the thing that really made it pop was a live album that he did.
Yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. And the single,
Fingertips.
Mm-hmm. Who on the drums. Was a guy named Marvin Gaye.
Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to say that because I think that's wild.
That's amazing. We got to shout out all these artists. I wanted to shout out more musicians. We need to do a podcast on the musicians behind albums because I watched some footage last night and like they had like a reunion for the Songs in the Key of Life and all those musicians got together and it's just amazing to hear
all
their
140
stories.
Of them.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just amazing to hear. So we should do some, like, a musician's podcast, like the behind-the-scenes people. I think that would be great. The ones that kind of recur in different albums, I think that would be great. Or producers that recur in different albums. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, screw those guys. No, I'm just kidding.
We only care about Stevie, okay?
For this hour.
If you're not Stevie, we don't give a shit. So Stevie is awesome. Right? So he, I mean, when that Fingertips, he was like 12 years old.
Yes, he was.
It's insane. And that went to like #1 on the singles chart.
Yes, it did.
He's still, I believe, the youngest person to ever top the chart.